Hey everybody, Justin Townsend here with Harvesting Nature, and today I'm at Lost Creek Hunting Ranch in North Texas. We use Lost Creek Ranch to host some of our wild pig skills camps a couple times a year. In addition to that, they have a beautiful selection of exotic game animals here that you can hunt throughout the year. Prime example of that is right in front of me. We have a hind quarter off an oryx, which we'll be using today to discuss a little bit about seam cuts and cooking by cuts and really get into the breakdown of the meat and its culinary uses to better suit whatever recipe that you're working with. So when I start off with the cut, I always try to just lay it out in front of me and sort of put the outside hip up. And I use this seam here kind of as my guideline to start my work. That helps me also identify the different cuts of meat. It's like a common place of reference. Each one of these muscles has a different preferred use. If you want to focus on enhancing your meal, then you want to choose a recipe that's really geared towards the type of meat. And this is to better enhance the flavor, better enhance the texture, and allow you to really enjoy it more. So if we start here, this sort of rectangle piece of meat that you see, that is the bottom round. You can cross cut it, which would be like cutting against the grain, creating steaks or things like that to sear or grill or put in the cast iron. And up here you have the sirloin. Your sirloin's a great piece to add some volume and depth to your grind. That's gonna be meat you're gonna use for burgers, for sausage, whether you're making it in or out of the casing, whatever you're doing with it, the sirloin's a great cut of meat for that. Then here on the back, you've got your eye of round. Eye of round is a cool piece of meat that I like to do in the oven. I like to sear it and then put it in the oven and cook it to medium rare and then cross cut it into medallions. Really great flavor, really great texture on that. And then this sort of sinewy piece of meat down here at the bottom is called your shank. You have all these sort of tendons, sinew, silver skin that come together in these different muscle groups. What you want to do with that is braise it, and you will put that meat in a liquid and cook it at a very low temp for a while until it reaches temperature high enough that it sort of melts away all those tendons and sinew and things like that. And that leaves you with this just beautiful, tender, fall apart, delicious piece of meat. I always encourage people to research, learn about the cuts, be able to identify the cuts, because then that lets you look for recipes. Label your meats after you package it. Label the cuts. I always do the year I harvested it, the location I harvested, animal species, and then the cut of meat. I've also known several people that'll take it a bit further and they'll label like a preparation method on there, like braise, low and slow, sear, high heat. Like they'll help themselves remember what they identified as a preparation method, 6 months down the line. And that just helps them save time, helps them save energy, and then essentially enhance the wild game that they're gonna eat.